Oh, sick. It looks like it comes in a nice little travel case. Seems like everything's in here. It's pretty compact too. And that is everything. And this looks like the case as well. So yeah, everything is in here and the case is here, which is perfect. It's a nice little case. Nice little case. That's it. So here is the camera. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so buzzing to try this out. It's so small as well. It's literally, I didn't realize how tiny it was. The microphone, the charging pack, I'm guessing. Another little bit. This is the microphone end and a little handle. The lens, look how tiny that is. But that is, other than this little salt thing, that is everything in the bag. I'm gonna lay everything out quickly for you, and this is everything which is included in the Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo. But now, let's try out in the run. Yes, people, so this is the first shot filmed on my new Pocket 3. I'm at the athletic tracks. And what other better way to test it than going for a run? So I'm just gonna do a couple laps around here and just see how it deals with tracking me. But so far, so good, to be fair. Look, I'm just moving this from left to right and it's following me. It's perfect. This is gonna be a game changer in the content. Not too bad, not too bad. You know what, my shoulder's hurting, I'm bloody changing arms. One lap is complete. Things kind of get the gist though. Nice and smooth. So what I'm going to be testing now is a stationary tracking mode. So I'm just going to leave the camera nice and stable and I'm just going to go around the corner and just check, see if it follows me on the run. I've got an app here which you could just about see. That's me, so no matter how far I go, I can see what the camera sees, which is perfect. And as you can see here, I've just taken a couple steps back and it is following me, so it's perfect. I want to see how far I can test it, see how far back I go with it following me without losing me. Alright, the box is getting pretty tiny now, so I feel like any further than this is a little bit ambitious. But I'm just going to go for a little I'm just going to go for a little run around this corner and hopefully it follows me. Perfect. So I'm just testing in the screen now and I can see it's following me. I thought I lost it at one point, but yeah, I can see it's following me. This is an absolute game changer. I look like a weirdo running with a camera in my hand, but yeah, that's it. So that is an absolute game changer. I look like a weirdo running with the camera in my hand, but yeah, I'm only just doing this now so I can see what the camera sees. But I love the fact how it just tracks you. It just makes videography so much easier and you can have more dynamic shots with this camera. So if you're a runner, I couldn't recommend this camera anymore. And if you're sold by that, I'm going to be using that in the gym now, where I've bought a special attachment, which I think it will be perfect for the gym. So I'll see you there. So this is a magnetic attachment, what I was talking about. As you can see, it slips onto the Pocket 3 very easily. It's small and compact. It literally sticks onto anything metal, and this is it in action on my metal oven. If you want to grab yourself one of these, I've left a link in the description. So this is the first use of the DJI Pocket 3 in the gym. As you can imagine, a lot of the equipment in the gym is magnetic, so I'm just sticking it on the cable machine. And you can see how good the tracking is here as I more or less go under the camera to adjust the weight. And once the weight's adjusted, I take a step back and you can see my head is constantly in the middle of the frame here. With the exercise itself, I've just 4 times speed it and I've used the Ken Burns effect, so you can see you can get those cinematic shots with it. So the next shot I'm testing here is a mid shot, and you can more or less see where I've placed the DJI 3 camera It's on the metal pole on the opposite side, and you could just see how dynamic the shots are. It's actually insane. So next I'm testing the camera on a tripod. I don't think I'm really going to be using this camera on a tripod, but yeah, you never know. You can see how I'm testing its tracking here. I take a couple steps to the left, a couple steps to the right, just to see if it really follows me. The good thing about this camera is you don't necessarily need a tripod, especially with this attachment, especially if you're not very confident whipping out a tripod in the gym. So this is perfect for those content creators. And as you can see here, someone else has stepped in shot, but the DJI Pocket 3 still has its full focus on me, which is a good thing. The next shot I tested was a low angle, and I used a magnetic case to attach it to the dumbbell rack. And you can see here the tracking is really getting tested as I'm walking to my bag, back to the camera, and there are shots where my face is looking dark, so you can see that the DJI Pocket 3 really does well at picking up your face even in these conditions. As you can see, as I'm picking up the weight and moving it from one side to another, it's still following me, so it's pretty good in that sense. However, with this angle, I'm not necessarily a fan of it. I think I'm too centered for this, and I think there's a bit too much gap at the top, especially for this low angle, but I'm sure there's something to do with the face tracking and the low angle. Maybe in this situation I should have really tracked the dumbbell. So with the seated background, I'm just showing how easy it is to use this camera, especially with this attachment. Normally in this situation, I'll be putting a tripod either to the left or to the right of me. However, with this magnetic attachment, I can literally attach it to the machine and it's not taking up any additional space, which is perfect, especially if you want to film yourself incognito as well. So with the DJI Pocket 3 and this camera attachment, you have dynamic shots, which is great. And you could also get camera angles which you couldn't get previously, as it's impossible to put the tripod in that specific position. So with this single arm lat pull, I just wanted to test how the camera tracking when I go from a high stance to a low stance. And as you can see, it looks like a low angle from the start, shooting upwards towards my face. And once I start the exercise and get on my knees, it's more of a mid shot, which is great. The only bad thing about this is the camera angles are a little too central, but however, you could play around with this while editing. And finally, my favorite thing to use this camera for is to film supersets. I don't necessarily do a superset here, but I'm going from one machine to another, and you can see how it follows me back and forth. And I think this is a complete game changer for filming in a gym, especially if you're going alone. So if you're sold by this video and you want to get the DJI Pocket 3 Creator Combo, I've left the link for it below, along with the magnetic attachment. If you have any questions about the camera, drop them below. If not, stay tuned for this gym vlog.